Hey guys, I'm Dov, and today I'm back with more Total War Warhammer 2 online action, and today we are back once again with the Proud Empire. We're going to be taking on some foul pirates. This is another replay submitted by Rydist here, so let's go ahead and get to the builds. Balthazar Gelt going to be up in the air leading the way. He's just got Plague of Rust and looks like Searing Doom as well. Got the, of course, Templehof Luminarch. Bright Wizard as well, launching a fireball at that enemy carronade there that's already opening up shots on the Luminarch. Gotten a good hit so far, and let's see this fireball real quick. It does manage to blow up one of the artillery pieces there, so very good stuff. Meanwhile, in the main line of the Empire, we've got swordsmen mixed with great swords. Pretty good stuff. A reserve of Empire Knights with some spearmen and a couple of handgunners as well. Excellent Empire army for the Vampire Coast. We've got some hounds hidden here in the woods. Plenty of zombies, of course. One unit of deck droppers with handguns. Count Noctilus up on his Necrofex here. We've got some Depth Guard in reserve, and plenty of handguns as well. Zombie handguns, Black Spot, and of course the carronade here with the Lamprey's Revenge anchoring this right side flank. Another fireball going to be coming in, and it does manage to blow up another model of that carronade there. So the carronade down to only one cannon, and it's going to be in a little bit of a rough spot. These deck droppers here are going to get netted. They were in range to potentially finish off this Templehof Luminarch here, but a net comes down from the Templehof Luminarch, and the handgunner is going to pour in some fire. Balthazar also charging in as well, so we'll watch the old cheese lord here as he swats these guys out of the air with the supporting gunfire. Meanwhile, on the far side, you can see Knights charging into some hounds over there. Mainline engagement also getting in their way here front and center with the Sigmar Sun shooting in. Noctilus doing quite a bit of damage. He's also focusing on the Templehof Luminarch, and so far it's been just absolutely savaged by cannon fire. Actually looks like it's routing off at the moment, potentially, so yeah, pretty rough stuff so far, but the Empire mainline should be doing okay. Great swords will obviously chop through zombies, no problem. These Lamprey's Revenge here, on the other hand, will do pretty good against the great swords here, but Rydis doing a great job supporting with his handguns in this pocket here. They're going to be firing into these Lamprey's Revenge, doing some nice armor-piercing damage. You can see another firewall goes off. Should be finishing off this carronade. It's got one more unit model here, and it does get finished off, so cannon is now offline, and the swordsmen have managed to get all the way up and around the flank and get into the black spot here. And this is an extremely cost-effective engagement for these state troop swordsmen here. Black spot are a very high value unit and potentially tough to take down, but decent melee infantry will certainly do the trick. Meanwhile, a bombardment from Noctilus hitting those Empire Knights, doing some solid damage overall. But looks like the Lamprey's Revenge being pulled back here, having taken a ton of damage, and the leadership's not doing too great either, having to be pulled away from those great swords. And so far, a little bit of a mistake here. I think these Depth Guards should definitely move in and try and clean up these Empire Swordsmen here. We've also got some deckhands standing around, so a couple of mistakes by the Vampire Coast player, but still, looks like that Luminarch is back from routing, and it is going to be starting to pop some shots off on old Noctilus, so we'll see if that starts to make some good contact there. Yep, looks like it's charging up now. And Noctilus over here, we'll watch that as it makes contact potentially. Nope. But did quite a really friendly fire, but did manage to actually come through and impact Noctilus's foot. Down to only 15 armor with that overcast Plague of Rust from Balthazar, so those State Troop Spearmen will actually be able to do some okay damage there. You can see Noctilus just overall not doing great. The Fireball also going to be comboed in. Actually, looks like, unfortunately, the Plague of Rust had just dropped, but it does pop Kindle Flame, which then allows the Luminarch to do extra damage, obviously, because Luminarchs do fire damage. Their missile attack does, that is. So yeah, Noctilus really not in the best situation. You can see this has shifted the balance power pretty significantly. Obviously, up on the Necrofex, he's a very expensive target, and the Bright Wizard coming in to finish him off in melee, and down goes Noctilus, just dropping to the ground, and you know, the Necrofex falls over and everything. And at that, the Vampire Coast player is pretty much done with. I mean, his melee infantry really can't hold up. He's let these Depth Guard and this other unit of zombies just sit in the back for too long, and he is going to go ahead and admit defeat there. So a couple of mistakes by that Vampire Coast player, but still always fun to see the Luminarch in action, even if it did get kind of exploded early on. Rydist just keeping his head on straight, using those fireballs to wear down the carronade there, and then once it was gone, the Templehof was able to come back and help snipe Mr. Noctilus. So very fun stuff, a very fun battle, and thanks to Rydist for submitting that one. We do have a couple more from Rydist, so we're going to go ahead and just jump straight into another one here, because yeah. Empire is fun, definitely. And in this particular battle, looks like we've got, yeah, good old Volkmar the Grim with the Fire Wizard. We've got a Warrior Priest, plenty of Flagellants, and so this whole unbreakable line here for the Empire. Silver Bullets, a couple of Knights of the Blazing Sun, and it looks like Grenade Launchers as well. Up against Sarmation's massive Witch Elf horde. So he's got a whole bunch of Sisters of Slaughter and Witch Elves, led by Crone Hellebron, who we haven't seen in quite a while, up on her cart. We've also got a Death Hag and a Death Sorcerer here as well. So you can see already the grenades coming in, just absolutely exploding those Sisters of Slaughter, generating some excellent value already. Those low armor, high value units for the Dark Elves will take quite a bit of damage from those Outriders there. A Spirit Leech goes down, though, from the Deathcaster just to start to snipe out some unit models there. Because the Outriders only have 36 models, the Grenade Launcher variant, that is, they will take quite a bit of damage, but they are doing some good damage in return. You can see Knights of the Blazing Sun thinking about charging in, but probably not the best idea. I am curious to see, it does look like they get a quick in and out charge here on the far side before the Sisters of Singing Doom and other Witch Elves get in and start to enrage them. I'm curious to see how these Flagellants are going to hold up here, though, up against the Naked Elf Ladies. So the Sigmar Sun should do a little bit better in the center, but again, Witch Elves are kind of designed to counter them, so we'll see. Could potentially be pretty rough in the Empire for the front line, but the Grenade Launchers are really going to be where he gets his bread and butter done. In terms of Hellebron here, dropping her buffs here in the center, but again, the Grenade Launchers just able to come in and do a ton of damage here. Volkmar also doing a lot of shock damage, and the Grand Hammer of Sigmar being cast on these Flagellants here does mean they're up to 66 melee attack. Cascading Fire Cloak also buffing up their melee defense as well, so they're actually able to win that frontline engagement against those Sisters of Slaughter and the Witch Elves with the support of Volkmar, the Grenade Launchers, and the magic and everything. So yeah, very good stuff. These Sisters of Slaughter over here have managed to catch out some Flagellants on the flank, and it looks like we've got a Flame Storm here in the center and Banishment, so it looks like oh, right on top of each other too, man. That's awesome. Just absolutely roasting and banishing all of these Dark Elves. No quarter or mercy given. Definitely looking like some Empire spell crafting going on. And it's going to be another quick victory for the Empire, it looks like. Yeah, light infantry, even very good light infantry, like what the Dark Elves brought here, probably not the best. But again, this battle, both very good players, shouldn't be taken too seriously. It's mostly just a bit of fun. I think these guys are just playing a friendly just for fun, so yeah, we'll kind of soak up some cinematics of these Knights of Blazing Sun finishing things off here. We've also got Crone Hellebron taking some damage. She does have magic and missile resistance, so the Silver Bullets actually won't do a whole lot to Hellebron, but how about that Fireball landing right on the lady herself, and these Grenade Launchers coming in and mostly just blowing up Knights, but that's okay. It looks like the Warrior Priest will get in here and finish Hellebron off, and yep, that's going to be another quick victory for the Empire. So very fun stuff. A big thanks to Riders for sending those quick replays in. Hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of fast Empire action today. In terms of this breakdown, again, sort of meme builds here. I definitely would say that this Dark Elf build isn't super viable, but Riders just absolutely exploding all the Witch Elves with the Outriders. 84 kills, man. That's against a pretty low model count army, too. That's quite impressive. Flagellants did reasonably well. Volkmar got 92, 84 on the Bright Wizard with those big AoE Bunker Buster spells, so yeah, some excellent cinematic angles there. Sarmation just kind of ran in and had a little bit of a rough time, but Hellebron herself, 81 kills, not too bad. You don't see her too much, but I think she's definitely still a decent option in certain matchups, mostly just because, you know, generals with self-healing, especially on a faction that doesn't have healing in, just as a rule, is going to be significantly more powerful. So you looking at, you know, obviously Malekith with Soul Stealer can heal himself. Marathi, same thing. With Soul Stealer, she can heal herself. And then, of course, you have Mr. Krakenface here, whose name I am forgetting. Let's see. Lokir, that's it. Lokir Fellheart also has self-healing, of course, with his Helm of the Kraken. So it does mean that you're probably not going to see Hellebron as much, but certainly on the Cauldron of Blood, she does have some missile and magic resistance. And yeah, this extra magic resistance from the Amulet of Fire means that she will be similar to like Big Bird or, you know, some of the other kind of missile magic resistant heroes. She'll be, especially against magic missiles, like obviously Luminarcs, things like that. She will be relatively tanky, so might be a decent pick against the Skaven still. I don't know, I'd have to kind of play around with it and see, but yeah, very fun stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you do like this sort of content, be sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification button, so every time I upload a new video, you'll be notified. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.